Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Chloe. So I'm gonna tell you about why I'm vegetarian, but first I need a drink. So we're going to go make some tea. So I'm super sorry for the late update. This week I have been so sick. I've been, I almost didn't go to work. I was in my bed. I couldn't breathe at night. I was up all night long with runny noses and coughing and just my throat, and my whole body was just shutting down. So sorry for the late update, but I'm back. So yeah, thank you for watching my videos, and you keep coming back, so that's a plus. Today we are going to talk about why did I become vegetarian. So I decided to become vegetarian when I was in the 8th grade. So I used to be a really big meat eater, and before I lived in, Oregon, I lived in Alaska for quite a number of years. So yes, I'm from Alaska. No, we do not live in igloos. Because I came down here when I was in the 6th grade, and I'd come in and they're like, oh my gosh, the new chick, she's from Alaska. And then they would dare each other and they're like, did you live in an igloo? I'm like, obviously not. No, we do not live in igloos. So I lived in Alaska for quite a few years. Meat and pastas and freezer dinners and that kind of stuff was kind of the norm. In Alaska, we don't necessarily get a lot of fresh produce, and if you did, it was like $5 for one apple. It was super expensive. So my parents tried to get bananas and apples, and on rare occasions we got oranges, but other than that we didn't get very much fruit. We didn't get a lot of vegetables unless they were canned, because it's just hard for food to be transported up there without them getting bad and stuff. So it was just really bad produce up there. But yeah, when we moved down to the lower 48, my stomach began to hurt, and I didn't know what was hurting my stomach. I would go in and I would tell my doctor, I'm like, hey, something's not adding up here. I'm having really bad stomach cramps and I don't know what it is. It's from food, and I don't know if I'm allergic to something, or I don't know. It's not working. Me eating is not working. That's what I told her. And she was like, well, have you started your period yet? And I was like, yes, that's not it. There's a difference between period cramps and food cramps, So later, my doctor, was starting to get concerned because I was struggling with eating, and, at night I would I'd eat whatever, and I just didn't know what I was allergic to. So I would eat my food with the family, and then I would spend a lot of time in the bathroom hoping to throw it up, because I was just my stomach just hurt so bad. I just wanted to throw it up, feel sick. I would look in the mirror and my stomach was just bloated. My stomach was just huge, and I didn't know how to deal with that. And going through middle school, you already are going through changes, and you're super insecure and everything, and going to school, and I was just bloated and I felt sick, and my digestive system was all messed up, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong. So I decided to talk to my doctor instead of pills or anything like that. What if I just went vegan? What if I just went vegan for a month and then slowly started put things back into my body? And my doctor was like, oh yeah, that's a super smart idea. I went to vegan for a whole month, and this was 8th grade, so I went 2 years of just struggling with stomach problems and pain. But then my 8th grade year, I was like, I'm gonna try being vegan for a month. So I was vegan and I was successful. I guess I was a little bit more than vegan, because I cut out a lot of noodles and stuff, so maybe it was a little more extreme than vegan. like a mental game for me. I was like, I would really like, you know, like that piece of cheese, but I'm gonna throw up if I have it, and I don't want that, and like my throat hurt, you know, after puking and stuff. So I was like, no, there's no way I'm going to risk being sick. And after that month, I decided for the next week after that month, I put in wheat and oats and stuff like that. So I had like oatmeal, and I had noodles, and like they weren't from like any specific brand. Like, so that week went by and there was nothing hurt me. Wheat and oats, not my problem. Carbohydrates were not the problem. So then the next week I decided that I was gonna put meat back in to my diet and see what would happen. And I kid you not, literally that first night, chicken alfredo or something like that, we had it, and then like immediately, like after dinner, I had to go to the bathroom because I was like bloated and sick. It was so bad. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna become vegetarian. Knowing my family, they're really big on meat, so it was kind of hard to like break it to them. I brought them up and I'm like, it's not because of like the animals, like obviously all of that stuff about how they get the meat and, you know, like they're caged and like really closely and like how they're grown is awful, but for me it wasn't that turned me vegetarian. So now that I did figure out what was making me sick, I decided that from now on I was going to be vegetarian and I wasn't going to get sick anymore. And I decided to do a lot of research on things that I should and shouldn't do as a vegetarian. Vegetarians and vegans especially do not get enough vitamin B12. So I did get a supplement maybe a year into my vegetarianism. So 8th grade, freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year. So it's been 7 years. Wow. I'm not one of those vegetarians that if you put like a piece of chicken on the table and you're eating it in front of me, I'm not going to freak out. Absolutely not. If you are allergic to strawberries and I were to bring out a bowl of cereal with some strawberries in it, obviously if you can't have it, I wouldn't like be like, hey, eat this strawberry. It's not like I'm forcing you to eat it, but you know that you're allergic, so you don't eat it. It's kind of like the same thing. I kind of look at my condition as a reaction with meat. So I decided not to have any meat. So obviously I do believe that, you know, like meat is bad for me individually, and there is no way that I am saying that you guys should be vegetarian or, you know, be like me or anything like that. I'm just telling you, making sure that you are informed of why I decided to be vegetarian. Anyway, my journey to becoming vegetarian was not normal in any way. I wouldn't say rare because maybe people do it for the same reasons. But yeah, being a vegetarian is kind of hard, I guess you could say, because a lot of people, you know, they'll make fun of you for sure. My weight's not fluctuating at all. It just kind of stays around the same. I feel healthy. I feel energetic. It feels great. But necessarily, I don't eat a lot of dairy. I don't drink regular milk. I might have cheese on some things and I might put cream cheese on my bagel, but I don't really have milk or sour cream or any like of the soft dairies because those also make my stomach hurt. I'm happy with the choice that I made, and I'm happy that I figured out what's making me sick. So that is it for today's video. If you have any comments or questions, you can for sure post them down below and I will answer them as honestly and as quick as possible. Honest is trust, people. I'm sorry about my voice today. Because I was sick this past week, it still is in the hospital stage. It's still kind of going through some stuff, but I'm not contagious anymore. Lived through it. Yeah, so thank you for all of your guys' love and support. Thank you for watching my videos because I really do truly, I kind of like making the videos. It's kind of nice to just have part of your day where you just film and build, because I'm pretty conservative when it comes to, I'm pretty reserved when it comes to like people and talking, and I will only talk to them if they talk to me first. But then like I have a lot of people, they're like, oh my gosh, you have so much good advice, and like I'm like that friend, you know, like the one that like doesn't have a boyfriend, but then everyone asks me, you know, like advice of, you know, relationships, and I'm like, but I give like good advice, okay? If you want to know about that, comment down below and then maybe I'll make one. But yeah, it's kind of nice just to, you know, get my thoughts and feelings out there and, you know, film stuff. I've always liked cameras and stuff, so I'm super excited for this process and making more videos for you guys because it's super fun. All right, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.